Today we continue with our book Shabbos Home, and we start a new chapter, BeEzrat HaShem, chapter 11, Shabbos Shearing. Okay, so and it says Shabbos Shearing is one of the 39 Avos Melachas. During the construction of the Mishkan, it was necessary to shear sheep in order to obtain wool for weaving the curtain and kahayim vestment. The Melachah of Shearing is defined as removing from the body of a person or other creature something that grows on the body, such as hair or nails. Cutting off part of the body itself, such a limb or piece of flesh, is not considered shearing. Let us proceed to examine the halachas of shearing. Okay, so before we continue, let's try to understand. So first of all, it's a melacha, right? That was done in a mishkan to shear, right? To cut in simple words, right? To cut the wool from the sheep, right? And then there are like 3 or 4 different melachas, like how to do the thread, right? How to set up this weaving station, stuff like that. So yeah, so that's also a few melachas. Of course, we don't do it today. I don't think they're very practical, like in today's world, but we're still going to mention them. But this one, sharing, for sure. So, right. So as he said, the definition is removing something from the body of the person, right? Body of the person or other creatures. So other creatures meaning even pets. So if somebody have a pet, so it's not allowed to pet a pet, right? Because you might inadvertently pull out the hair, right, from the fur. That's a problem. Same with birds. Maybe you pluck out the feather or something, right? And nails, of course, in this category as well. So that's why we said that it's a problematic for a person remove the nails. I'm not sure if you said. Maybe I think somebody asked me, right? If it's possible if it's allowed to bite off the nail. So we said if it's mostly detached, so it's not considered to be attached any longer. Like majority, like I would say 50%, right? Then don't do it with the scissors, but do it with just bite it off. Okay, so continue. So part number 1, the Torah prohibition and a rabbinic decree. A. The purpose of the melacha. There is a great dispute among the poskim concerning when the biblical prohibition of sharing applies. Some poskim intend that it applies only when the sharing has the same purpose as it has during the construction of the Mishkan. Right, so meaning as we see, according to those paskim, the melacha would be very lenient. What is lenient? Meaning that they say that this melacha applies. Melacha applies meaning a person would get a death penalty, right? By Bezin. That's what we mean, right? When a person is sharing, like cutting this hair to create a thread and to create garments from them. So that technically, if you pet your cat, for example, and a few hairs came out, so you most likely you're not going to make any threads or, needless to say, any garments. So it would not be biblical at all. It is still forbidden, but it is not on a biblical level. So a person would not get a death penalty. Okay. Since those who built the Mishkan shared in order to obtain the wool and that they needed, a biblical prohibition pertains only to sharing an item that one needs. So meaning, as we always say, for constructive purpose, right? So for with no constructive purpose, still it is forbidden usually. I mean, I think always. I think, right, on a rabbinic level, but for positive, like for constructive purpose, it's going to be on a biblical level. Right. Thus, for example, cutting hair in order to improve the person's appearance is forbidden rabbinically. Right. So when person cuts hair, he's not going to use this hair, as we said, to make the threads and the garments. Right. So, but still, it is forbidden rabbinically. So we can imagine for 1 second, the minimum of melacha, the way I understand, would be even 1 hair. So if a person cuts even 1 hair, so he already violated this melacha. So if person is working as a barber on Shabbos, so you can imagine with everything, like every cut of the scissors, how many melachas he does. Unfortunately, right? So just imagine. Other poskim maintain that removing growth from the body for any beneficial purpose falls under the biblical prohibition of the shearing. Thus, cutting hair and or nails for aesthetic purposes is forbidden biblically. The halacha follows the latter view. Okay. So let's. So first view is as I said, is more lenient. So right, more lenient, meaning that only if somebody shares to obtain the wool, right? But second, other poskim said no, removing growth from the body for any beneficial purpose. So cutting the hair is to make it the body look better. So for sure it's for beneficial purpose. And according to this opinion, they fall under the prohibition of the shearing. Thus, cutting hair and nail for aesthetic purposes. Aesthetic would be for sure constructive benefit, right? Forbidden biblically. Halacha follows the latter view. Okay. Continue.